All right, y'all. Starting this recording a little bit early because I don't know. I'm pressed for time. I don't usually do a three day Mandela effect. They've usually, at best, I've done part twos. You upload a video about a Mandela effect, something changes, you have to do a part two to explain it more. This is my first part three. I just can't help but laugh. It's just so crazy. It's so funny. It's hilarious that this thing just doesn't want to end. It's the Mandela effect that has no end. It's completely out of control. I started this thing just as a recap on April 8th, looking at the eclipse, looking up there, seeing a little red dot. Looks just like a pixel that's going bad in a monitor, or a monitor where it's got an error and there's a little pixel that's off color. That's exactly what it looks like. And I'm wondering, if there's an explanation here, because that's what we do in the Mandela effect, where we go on to the Google. Somebody said they Google-fied it. You go into the Google and you type in, why did I see a red dot on the moon? And put things in quotes, red dot eclipse, red dot, type all these, also look at all these images, trying to find red dots in any other past eclipses. Do I see any red dots in any of these photos? So I do that, and I'm not finding anything. And I was thinking, I gotta be really sure here. I do not want to upload a video saying this is something completely new and bizarre, and I think it might be a change in reality, when it, maybe it is well known. Maybe it's just something I've never heard of. So due diligence, I did my little fact check. I look for it, nothing. So then I'm putting it out there, just quick 2-minute video, to just see if people in the community saw it too. And sure enough, immediately I start getting feedback and comments. The first few comments are, yep, I saw it too. You're not crazy. Definitely saw it. Never heard of this before, right? It's new. So then when other Mandela affected people are confirming that they saw it, this thought just comes across my head, like, there's no way reality can let that go. That reality can't let this slide. It can't just have other people around the world acknowledging this oddity, this anomaly, without coming up and inserting a backstory. So I thought, I wonder if there's an explanation for it now. Like, the way my wheels are turning here, did reality just cough up an explanation? So I type in red dot eclipse into the Google, and all kinds of links pop up. Immediately, I'm seeing explanations for what I saw, where I didn't see it before I uploaded it. And then somebody even put in the comment that they saw these articles too, and one of the articles even said it's not pixels. Like the article's like answering a reply to my video almost. It was just funny. So of course I have to do a part two and talk about how this is. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm trying to park and there's people around me. So I have to do a part two talking about that, saying, look, I don't know. I guess sometimes reality has to insert a backstory, because when we start calling it out, it's got to do something about that. You can't just let that slide. The thing about it that still amazes me, and always will, and I'm thankful for this, is that it's so obvious to me, and to most of you, that this is fake, that all this is just not real. And all the presentations that have been done in the last, I don't know how many years it's been now, all these great presentations, all these people sharing their experiences, all these people showing residual proof, all the work that's gone into putting some phenomenal presentations, none of them get any credit. None of them get any none of them get any attention from the world at large. Nobody sees it. And, you go day to day, you're going with your day-to-day life, and you think people around you have the same reasoning skills, the same intelligence, the same, surely they can see the presentation, see the evidence, and acknowledge there's something going on here. You'd think that more people would see this, but they don't. This is the only place that I can speak of it. I can't share it at home, friends and family, people at work. I can share it here, get it off my chest, and then never speak of it again. But I'm thankful. I'm thankful for being able to see it. I'm thankful for the humor that it brings to my life, because it is funny to see all of the bizarre, and it's funny to see reality react like in just real time like that. And yeah, I know it sounds, I know to anybody out there that sounds incredibly insane and even narcissistic to think that reality is going to react to us making an observation that something is odd. But I have to, what else can I say? That it's just bizarre that this stuff comes up. So let me see if I can find it now that I'm parked and not driving. First, I got to pause. Oh, and just to recap, so when I did the video, and after I had looked up the reason for this red dot, and then the articles started showing up, somebody in comments said, this is a well-known phenomenon. And I saw it too. I saw all these articles about Bailey's beads, right? And there's a commenter about that. Let me see if I can find the comment. This is one of the many comments about Bailey's beads. It's Bailey's beads. I'm sure it doesn't fit the vibe. So yeah, it's pixels from a broken monitor, right? So Bailey's beads. There was a number of people that were correcting me, talking about this well-known phenomenon. Here's another one. The red dot is a phenomenon already well known in solar eclipses. It has a name, Bailey's beads. I think this person actually just cut and paste this right off of Google. It occurs when the sun peeks through the valley on the surface of the moon. No missing pixels. This was Bailey's beads effect. I think that was actually from an article that, this is just, okay, where I'm leading with this. Hold on, just bear with me. I'm getting there. And this fella's always got something snarky to say. Why do you even listen to my channel? I don't I don't know. But there's no way to just pin a comment. I had to go into explanation. So as I'm going through comments, I was happy to see a post from my old friend Life Matrix, which brings back all kinds of memories. And he says he shared these same thoughts and experience calling out reality. Main reason I backed off. Thanks for your shares. Still out comparing notes. Lots of good times. But the other comment that I saw last night, this is, thank you, Sunset Forever. Sunset Forever says, yes, I was waiting for you to do your video. We all remember Haley's comment, not comment, Haley's comet, but now it's Haley's comet. Really, I thought it was the other way around. No, I guess it is. I can't keep up with some of these changes. And everyone is saying it's Bailey's beads, but now it is saying Bailey's beads. So if you're just listening, and like I just showed in the previous comments from all the smart Alex that are telling me that I'm wrong, Baileys. That's what it was, and now it's saying Baleys. So the spelling has definitely changed, which I had not heard of until Monday when I asked what the red light was in the eclipse. If I put that, I remember Dealey Plaza. Everyone in the comments has to point out that it's always been Dealey spelled differently with an EY at the end. Plaza to them. Yes, it just wants someone to mention it so everyone else can point out that the person is wrong. That's what it feels like. It's like you point something out, and then reality has to do something to you just to have somebody else point out to you that you're wrong. Isn't that's like all the time? But I think even the larger point to me is not only does reality always have to like cough up something to just discredit you, but the number of anomalies that are from sources that ought to know better. And you present this as evidence, and it's not just this one thing. It's countless thousands of things now that have the same type of illogical, like people ought to know, they ought to see there's something wrong with this place. So here we got KTLA, and they're saying, what are Bailey's beads? Spelt with the like Bale, like pale, but with a B, and then EYS. It's saying it's known as Bailey's beads, right? And then what else do we have? Now here we got the Bailey's spelt this way from, I don't know what that website is, but and they're selling something for $45. What is it, a T-shirt? But it's here. They know it as BALEYS, no I. So the I is gone in Bailey's for them. And same thing with this other website. No, I don't know what they're selling. They're selling beer. Sorry, just ignore that one. Here's Astrobin. Okay, these guys are astrology geeks, right? And they know it without the I. It's got an EYS, but they know it without the I. Here's a Flickr post, spelling it without the I. Here's APS Photography, and they know it both ways. You know, the main title has got Bailey's, BALEYS. But then in the comments, or not comments, but the description below the link, it's spelling it BAIL, no E, BAIL, Bale, and then a Y, Bailey's. So, and yes, I get the reference to like it could be a nod towards Baal from the Bible, the pagan god Baal. But this spelling without the E, when I typed in Bailey's beads last night, I was getting this spelling here without the Y without the E kept popping up. That was the official spelling for some reason. But then I saw it was all over the place. Like there's 3 ways to spell it now. This is kind of like, well, Zelensky, that old Zelensky video. All right, so I've been talking for the last minute and didn't even realize the recorder was not running. Sorry, it is early morning. So I don't know where it cut off, but just to recap, there's this photography, there's Astrobin, WPSD, Atlas Quest. All of these see Bailey's without the I. This is a butchered video, but I am pressed for time. Here's Britannica. Oh, they're always good for a Mandela effect. They've got Bailey's without the E, but that's the way they spell it. And Solar Eclipse Timer has it without the I. Okay. See how many of these, and this is just a quick and dirty search. I mean, I did not do a lot of editing here. Wikipedia has it without the E. NASA has it without, okay, so this one's, no, I was going to say this one's got to be pretty official because it's NASA. The link has Bailey's without the E, but in the description it's got Bailey's with the E, so NASA does not know how to spell it. Sorry, NASA. And of course, if you've done any Mandela effect residual research in the past, you've come across this type of thing all the time. You find the links are destroyed. The website no longer exists in this reality. For some reason, it's just gone. That happens all the time. I had to screenshot that because so many of you are familiar with this when you're looking up residual. Here's Bailey spelt full with the I and the E. Now here Earth Sky, they spell it without the E. I think the point that I'd like to make here is these people are like really into astronomy, not astrology. I might have said it wrong earlier. Sorry, it's early. Astronomy. These are astronomy geeks, not astrology geeks. These are science-minded people, right? This spelling should not be hard for them to get right. That's the point. This is so obviously something glitching here. Planetary Society, Bailey's Beads, they don't have the E. Sky and Telescope, they don't have the E. Here's another person talking about the eclipse, and they have Bailey's spelled full with Baileys, full, the I and the E both. Stanford Solar Center has it spelled out full. So does KTLA. WSYR spells it out full. Central Illinois Proud spells it out full. So does this person who wrote a book, Terry Wolverton, wrote a novel. Well, maybe that, yeah, and there's the eclipse and the novel's name. You're writing a whole book. You're gonna get the name right, surely. Bailey's Beads spelled out full. I don't know what the consensus is yet on how it's supposed to be spelled because there's 3 different ways and they all seem legitimate. But I will say that Scientific America, I read their description and they said that it's named after a guy named Francis Bailey, and it was spelled out all the way with the I and the E. Nobody can get this right because all of our scientists, they're real good at explaining why there's a red pixel on the moon, but they can't get the name right when they're coughing up the explanation. That makes sense. Just some more people talking about it, and they're spelling it out. I guess I just wanted to show the examples of people talking about it and spelling it out full. WAGM. There's lots of news channels. Here's KXAN from Austin, spelling it out full. So is WCIA.com. I don't know what WCIA. That's another news channel talking about Bailey's. Fox 8, spelling it out full. Cloudynights.com, just, astronomy geeks, spelling out full. Orion Dolly, whatever that is. Sorry, that's just an ornament, but I'm sure they're referring to the eclipse Bailey's Beads. This is definitely a book on Amazon. This is that same book, Wolverton Terry, sorry. And this is Scientific America, there's another Mandela effect, right? Scientific American or Scientific America, but I don't know. Scientific American is spelling out Bailey's Beads full, and this is the article that is saying that it's named after Francis Bailey, spelled out with both the I and the E. Publishers Weekly has got it spelled out full. Oh, and that's talking about this. But I will say when I typed this in, when I typed in Bailey's Beads last night in Google and I typed it out full with the I and the E, all of the links were coming up like this with the BAIL, no E, and YS. So I thought, and I think, yeah, Google even did the did you mean? So it's like last night, whenever I did this search, the official spelling was this way, which was different than the comments. So I had to, look further into the other spelling, which is the BAL without the I. Found just as many. Basically, reality just hasn't decided yet. I fully expected to wake up this morning and see all my picks change to like one or the other, or 90% of them. You know how that does. I don't know what it's going to land on. Reality, when you decide, you go ahead and land on something. Maybe a year from now, there'll be a consensus and they'll all be spelled the same way. But for right now, and I mean, you have to ask, the people doing the changes to reality, is there multiple people involved and they're just not communicating well? hey Joe, I'm gonna make an article, and we're gonna call this phenomenon Bailey's beads because we don't want anybody to think it's a pixel going bad. Oh, that sounds good. I'll do some articles too. They never like compare notes and say, how are you spelling Bailey's, by the way? So you got these different people popping articles into reality, and they don't even have the spelling right. So now you gotta go back and do more work and correct and fix some of these. But since we're calling it out, probably anchors it into reality a little harder. All these Mandela effect people calling this stuff out, it makes it hard for them to switch it around. I bet. I don't know. I'm just speculating here. I'm just saying this has just been for me a very funny Mandela effect that just continues on and on and on. It doesn't seem to have an end. It's it it's off the rails, out of control. But maybe reality will get this one right. But you can try and explain this to any of the normal people of the world, and they would completely call me crazy. They'd say, like, no, guy, there's no way that what you're saying has these are just misspellings. That's all it is. Like, even though they're all like professional organizations, scientific journals, people that are geeks into astronomy, they should know how to spell this right, but apparently they don't. And I'm saying because it's just been inserted into reality because we started calling out an anomaly. How self-centered can you be, guy? I'm sorry. That's the most logical explanation I can come up with after all these years of seeing this stuff happen over and over and over and over. Um, I don't know. It's just weird. But I suppose I should start my day. Thanks for letting me ramble again. Okay, this is it. I don't think there's going to be a part 4. There has to be something really. Somebody in comments is going to have to give me something really mind blowing for me to do a part 4. I wasn't even going to talk about this today, but it's like, yeah, it's my first part 3 Mandela effect continuation. So why the heck not? Thank you for your comments and all the positive comments and nice things that people have said, just to encourage me that we're none of us are nuts here. We're just pointing out that reality is crazy and it's not real, and that's just the way it is. But we can only speak of it here because everybody else in the world would just put us in an institution or something. But gotta love it. Have a good day, and God bless. Happy Thursday.